which tells us something about having a parallel strength and conditioning coordination program running in tandem, because it allows us quickly to understand what we're seeing at speed and under complexity in very, very simple conditions. A squat is a really simple thing to understand when you watch someone squat. Watching someone cut and run and jump and plant is much more difficult to understand, especially when we're more interested in how does that person pass the ball and is worried about the tactics of the game. So we're either going to ask these coaches who are really good at tactics and actual play to become movement experts simultaneously and fix it. Doesn't happen. And it hasn't happened. It won't continue to happen. So we better have a parallel program, a processing program, which helps us understand what's happening in real time. That's called the gym. That's what strength and conditioning is about.
So how would you break down a sort of standard training program then? Would it be sort of majority sports like specific, and then you would look at sort of general physical preparedness? I think it was GDP you called it, and then would you have also like sports preparation? How would you incorporate like warm ups, cool downs? Would it be kind of a site like you were saying? The gym would be to the side, and then the majority would be sports led with some rehab. How would you sort of set up a program for somebody that's maybe not got a coach, or what percentages or breakdown are you looking at?
The most important thing you can do is play your sport, right? That's the thing. You don't play your sport enough. You can't play your sport enough. You need more time playing your sport, period. Comma. We know that is not the way to win a world championship. Ultimately, you're going to have to become stronger, and you're not be able to do that in your sport. You're going to become faster or more skilled. We can support those facilities, the coordination in the gym. The writer and coach Franz Bosch, if anyone is not familiar with Franz Bosch, I highly recommend you check out Bosch Sporting Systems. His books, Anatomy of Agility, are excellent around movement, understanding, agility running, I think is his last one, and Anatomy of Agility. And one of the things you'll see is he makes really the case that a lot of what we're doing when we're training is improving coordination. We don't talk about that. We talk about physiology. Did you get stronger? Do you more powerful? How was your velocity? How was your volume? We don't talk about the coordination of the system, of teaching those skills. Again, so suddenly, if we're building in these programs, we're looking at how can I get an athlete to be more coachable by her coach. That really is the ultimate goal, so that athlete can perform more work. And in this case of this university where I'm coaching, assistant coaching, I don't think this team is outworking the other teams. I think that's some old, trope from the 1980s where we were like, we'll just outwork the competition. Really? You think you're going to outwork the competition? Let's go into any premier soccer, rugby, American football, whatever you think. No one is working harder than anyone else. That ship has sailed. What we see now is the people who are able to manage that training volume and have the best adaptation response and have the greatest set of skills, which allows them to learn and apply those movement options and choices to novel solutions. That's how you win games. So what you're really describing with GPP, sports preparation, sports specific training, is a continuum that is really useful for people to understand. On one side, we'll call it fitness. Let's put Zumba over there, fitnessing. Zumba is awesome. If you haven't done a Zumba class, you're an elite coach, you need to go take a Zumba class. You'll giggle, you'll laugh, everyone feels good. It's mirror neurons, you dance around, you learn rhythm. It's awesome. It is not fitness. That was never its intention. The intention was to dance and transform psycho-emotional communities, right? To feel like I belong to a group.